Hi, Ingalls here at pressure-free.com. We're in Paris. Not yet. Someday I'm going to get to go there. That's on my bucket list. It's been on my bucket list since I was in high school, and I have still never gone. So hopefully in the next decade it'll happen. Because goals and dreams are something we do here at Pressure Free. In fact, that's how we start everything with Pressure Free. So what are you aiming for? What are your targets? This morning, I have my note. I need to read this. So this morning, my husband and I woke up, and here's what he said. He said, people are blaming their unhappiness on things that are simply not the reason. Quote from John Peter Ingalls, father extraordinaire, if you know my husband. He's an amazing father. I thought that was a great quote. I'm going to read it again, okay? He says, because I wrote it down next to the bed. I wrote, okay, this is Peter Ingalls' quote. Janine is loving it. People are blaming their unhappiness on things that are simply not the reason. And I really had to think about that. And I had to think about, okay, what am I blaming my unhappiness on? Like, let's get deep and let's really think about it. Are you blaming other people? I will hear people say, oh, it's his fault that I haven't gotten my degree yet. It's my kid's fault that I haven't been able to do this yet. It's my parents' fault that I can't do this. You know, we're so quick. When I was teaching violin, whenever one of my students would say, I can't, or I'd say, let's try it this way, they'll say, but I can't, and I'd stop them, and I go, butts are for sitting on. But if you know my program, butts are not even for sitting on. Butts are to support your spine and propel you forward. So think about it. What is causing your unhappiness? Like, what are you blaming for your unhappiness? One of the things that I have found, living pressure-free now for 11 years, and what do I mean by that, living pressure-free? So I use the pressure-free method pretty much every moment of the day. It becomes a lifestyle, so I don't trigger the fight or flight stress hormones. Those are the culprits. Stress is not the killer. Stress hormones are. This is what people do not understand, and why if you work hard all day and think you're going to de-stress at night by exercising or whatever it is you do, that is not going to do it. The stress hormones are the culprit. We have to stop the stress response. That is the key here at Pressure Free, and that's how we transform lives. And it seriously transforms a life, because when you release those hormones, your 2 willpower centers shut down. Now you're not going to have any willpower to do your exercise or eat good foods or whatever it is you want to do. Attain your goals. And so then you start to feel like a failure. I'm not good enough, or I have no willpower. And that starts the downward cycle. So your brain shuts down in a lot of ways. Your memory shuts down. Have you ever been in a social situation and met someone and they say, hey, I'm Joseph Conrad. and you say, oh, hello, I'm Elle Ingalls. And then 5 seconds later, you forget his name, right? You don't even remember the name. And you're thinking, okay, I'm not that stupid. What's wrong with me? You're not stupid. You're brilliant. It's just that when we're in a social situation, we usually have triggered stress hormones. We're a little nervous in the social situation, or we hurried to go there, so we triggered just because we felt we were going to be late. And when you trigger stress hormones, your hippocampus, that's your thinking and remembering, doesn't work. You can't lodge a new memory. That's why students who are anxious, by the way, ADD, ADHD, it's anxiety, okay? It's release of stress hormones that causes all that behavior, by the way. So then you go in to take a test and you can't remember, even though you worked so hard on it with your mom or dad or guardian or whoever you live with. So it's incredible what can start to happen when you don't trigger the stress response. That is the key. That's how you set yourself free. And that's how you, my little note here, stop blaming unhappiness on all the things that are simply not the reason. So quote again from John Peter Ingalls, people are blaming their unhappiness on things that are simply not the reason, because our judgment is clouded when we're under the influence of stress hormones. And pretty much everybody who's around you is, including you. So if you haven't gone through Pressure Free, now is your time. Don't let the summer go by with at least having 1 session with me. The first one is free, for heaven's sake. Don't let a summer go by. Don't waste another summer, because that's what's going to happen, and you won't make real memories because you can't remember anything. Or you'll only remember the really bad things. Have you ever noticed that? There are some people who only remember all the bad things. That's because they can't even lodge the good memories because they're in fight or flight, and that will charge up those not so good things. So I hope this is helpful. I want you to have a great summer. You know, we're moving into a new season, and with a new season is a lot of new opportunity. So check out pressurefree.com, pressure-free.com. Just drop a little thing, a message for me, or write a comment down below here too. I'd love to know, like, what's your special Father's Day thing? What do you do that makes Father's Day special? We have to celebrate over a couple days because our guys work. So we had some tonight. We're going to have another dinner tomorrow. We don't really follow the Hallmark thing because as entrepreneurs, we often have members of our family off on photo shoots or video shoots. I might be off at a conference or something. So we just have fun every day we can be together. Wish you a great pressure-free night. Bye.